Hello, I'm live. I haven't been live in ages, I feel, here on Instagram. So I am doing this live to celebrate publication day of Ink and Wash Wildflowers. It's coming out today, and it feels kind of surreal. So that is why I am, not that because it's surreal, but it's the reason why I'm doing this live. And I want to welcome you all. I can see you are checking in here, and right now I'm just babbling a little bit, so I can you can join, and I can take a sip of my tea while you are checking in, which is warm because I just made it. And I would love to hear where you are watching from, because I've been I got you told me when you pre-ordered and where in the world you pre-ordered from, putting so I could put sequence on my map. And I know you're watching from all over the world, and also pre-ordering from all over the world, and that is incredible. So I would love to hear when you are checking in here where you're watching from. And of course we are celebrating this, and I thought the best way to celebrate was to do a small sketch from the book. And I wanted to create the first sketch that I actually did from the book, or for the book, and that is the dandelion. And the reason why I chose the dandelion is because it is really cute, but also because it's one of my favorite flowers. I know it's a weed and it can be super annoying in your lawn, but this is also the flower that my children gather in big bouquets, because that's the flower that they can grab. It's a wildflower and there's so many of them. And when they wilt, they get this globe of seeds that they can blow, and it can kind of spread into the world. And that's why I chose it as the first flower to paint or to send into my publishers. But it's also the reason why I wanted to do it today was also that, you know, where the seeds kind of blow into the wind, I feel like the book is kind of spreading like that into the world. And I'm going to show you the golden sequin map a little bit later. But first I want to get started sketching. And you can see, if you follow me for a while, I'm sitting in a different place than usual. We don't have any heat at the moment, and that's why I've kind of put myself here in the living room, and why you can see a little bit of the living room here behind me. And also I have my map over here, so I could easily show you that too. But let's dive into the book. And I actually posted a reel with a flip through of the book yesterday, so if you want to check it out, you can do that there. And if you want links to pre-order it, you can comment pre-order here in the live, and you should be able to get a link sent to you while I'm talking. So just comment pre-order it. We are looking at the dandelion today, and it's the wilted version. And I actually decided for this book that I wanted to include quite a lot of the wilted flowers, because I think it's something that we overlook a little bit. So now I am flipping the camera, and see if I can do it without messing up too much. See, lamp, and my view for just the garden. It's windy, and see down here I have a paper, and I have my book, and it's closed now. Okay, so here we have the dandelion that we are going to sketch, and as you can see, it's built up in step-by-step instructions like this, we're going to use Payne's Gray, Sap Green, New Gamboge, and Van Dyke Brown. And we are using a cold press Canson Montval 300 grams paper, and watercolor brush size 4. That would be this one, I think. I actually used it so much that I can't see the number, but I'm pretty sure it's a 4. We are going to use fine liners, sizes 01 and 005, water, and some cloth. And let's see, we have that here. And we are starting out with watercolor. So I am putting the book over here, and let's see what the nice author told us to do. Using your size 4 brush, paint 1 full circle with water and 3/4 of a circle a little lower, also in clean water. So I will be doing that. And I would love to hear if you are painting with me. And if you are, I would love to see your sketches afterwards. Then you can just share them here on Instagram using the hashtag Camilla Damsbo Art Inspired, and I can see it. I would love to see them. It would be like getting a small preview of what is happening now that the book is coming out. I am loading my brush with a watery Payne's Gray and dipping it here, and you can see how it starts to spread. If it's not spreading, it's because you have too little water, and you can just apply a little bit more water here. Don't overdo it, because Payne's Gray is very dark, and it can be really heavy, but it does dry up lighter than this, 10% lighter. I'm giving it a few, or maybe just one, sap green and a little bit of yellow, and this is a New Gamboge. And the reason why I'm using the green is to tie it together with the stem, so it kind of has the same tones. I'm just dripping in a little bit of clean water to mix it up. And the yellow is for kind of almost like it's a memory of what the flower looked like during summer. This is turning out a little bit. Let's see, putting a little bit of Payne's Gray there. And the second one is 3/4. So something like that. Again, with your Payne's Gray. Not overdoing it. And here you can see, I left this, I'm not sure you can see that actually. Just a second, see if I can, just want to show you the water here, the water placement. You can see how there's a gap here in the circle. And that's to give it something where we can have an open globe. So like this, and I'll put a little bit of green and also a little bit of yellow. And now we count to 20, because we want it to dry a little bit before adding the color that is going inside here, because we have a see-through globe. So you will be able to see the spot here in the middle where the seeds are attached. And if you were to put that in right at the start, where it's all wet, it would just kind of be everywhere. But I feel like it's about there now. I am using a Van Dyke Brown for that, and just putting that here in the center and doing the same over here. And here I can let it touch the wet, but also be in the dry area, if you feel like that. So now we have the two globes. And the next step is to let them dry completely. And since I am sitting here in a spot that I'm not used to sit in, I haven't got my hair dryer, so I can't dry it. But I actually prepared a little bit. So I made one, ta-da, that is already dry. And here you can see how the globe is still visible, but now feels see-through with the center here. And you can see the edge of the globe, but still it's not heavy on the colors. It's actually a little bit more heavy in the book, so you can kind of decide what you want. If you want it to be heavy like this or more light like this. It's all up to you. And to the watercolor, because it kind of does what it kind of does. So you can really you can try to decide, but it really does what it wants. So yeah, I am putting away the watercolor and just showing you the next step here. For the next step, we are going to put in the starbursts here with the 01 fine liner. And after that, we're putting that in the painted area. After that, we will fill in the edge, and we are using our 01 fine liner for that. And after that, you can see we are putting in the center here. So let's just get started, and here doing the lines. So I am putting the book up here, and let's do this. The starbursts are, well, like starbursts. So something like this. And you can put them where you want, just filling up the space. And you don't need to fill up everything. And you don't need to be super precise or anything really. You can just place them where you want. And I can see some of you are writing pre-order. That is incredible. I am super grateful for each and every pre-order, and they are actually the most important thing at the moment to get the book up and running in a nice manner. It's been a little bit hard actually with pre-orders this time because of everything going on in the world. So just making me even more grateful than I was already for each and every pre-order. So thank you so much. And we are here. I think maybe can put a few that is a little bit closer, just giving it a bit more variation in the shapes here. And we are doing the edge, of course, in a little bit. So I will fill this one up also. And I hope you will try this out. It's not hard. It's just, it's actually just really fun to create dandelions like this. Oh my goodness! Fantastic! And of course the Kindle version, that's clever because that is arriving a little bit early. So it doesn't have to be sent. Oh my God, you are the first one to get it. That is incredible. And let's see. Now we have it kind of filled up here. And let's see. Maybe that is good for now. We can always add more. And now I want to fill up the edge. And here we have kind of a full starburst where we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish shapes. But on the outline, we want to kind of make them look like they are from the side. So something like this. Half starbursts. And you can put them all around the edge here. Of course, as many as you like. You don't need to put them all around. And I can see my my dandelion is looking a little bit flat. That's what happens when you are alive. And of course I will put some up here. I love doing lives, and I remember one live where I was live here on Instagram, and I was out at the lake to after I went for a swim, and I was doing my live after that. And while I was live, a very, very, very sweet older lady jumped into the lake without clothes, and it was so funny. Thankfully, I was filming the other way, but I was maybe a little shocked because I hadn't thought about that. So, so if you're doing lives, maybe know that stuff will happen, because it always does. So now we have it kind of all around and also over here, and we can do the center, and it's just a line like that. And then I'm shifting to my 005 to create the small seeds that are actually right here. And I know this is a bit of it's a more stylized version of a dandelion than we usually see, but that is completely fine. Not everything has to be perfect. It's just, sometimes we just want to go with what works and what makes us feel like it's a flower that we know. So I just put my lines here. And I am making a few more starbursts here because I feel like you see it from the side, and of course there should be starbursts there as well. And we could maybe do one that is kind of at the edge there. And of course it's see-through, so we will be able to see some of these lines as well. Kind of hiding here in between. So I'm putting in some of these lines. Hello, friends. Fantastic. I'm glad you joined. And hoping that you will maybe join me in a sketch. B67500. It's not easy with these internet names. Just giving it a little bit of texture here. And like that. And then we have this over here. And of course we don't have an actual shape, but we do know that this is the center. So we can just put a few lines kind of moving towards that center piece. And you don't need to make lines from everything or from every starburst, because some of them will be hidden. So just like that, I think will work really well. And then the author says to draw a stem. So let's do that. That is one of the most simple stems we have. It's just 2 lines really, and this one, just to give it a little bit more movement, I will make it curve like that. And let's see, of course, then we have almost the most important thing, and that is the seeds that are flying away. So here we are again, just making a half starburst, giving it a small line and a small seed at the bottom. So this is flying away, and we can add a few more because there's a lot of books going out in the world today, which is incredible. And like that. Fantastic. I love this. And now we just need a bit of sap green on the stems. There, don't drip your or dip your brush in the tea, because that is not cool. So just putting my green down here and tying it together with the rest of the colors by adding a little bit of the Payne's gray, both to give it some variation in the color, but also to tie it together with the rest. And I feel like we should give it a little bit of Van Dyke brown as well, just because it's, I can put it up here, then it would be part of a shadow. But that's because I feel like you should never use a color just once. If you have a color, try to use it in different places, so you are actually kind of showing that they belong together. So it's not kind of just standing alone. So I will put in a little bit more of the Payne's gray, and also a bit of Van Dyke brown. And as I remember, we use some yellow as well. Just dropping it in where it's still a little bit wet, and that ties it beautifully together. I feel like we should maybe love your tip about the water droplets on your small brush. Yes, and for those of you who don't know that tip, it's a very important one, and I can actually use my brush here as an example. You can see the small droplet here on my brush. This brush droplet will be taken by gravity at some point. And gravity is kind of pointing towards your painting. And that means that that small droplet will at some point go down and be really annoying to your painting. So what you want to do is make sure that that droplet is not there, and kind of just be aware that it's there and remove it when you can. I am making a small addition because I feel like we need a little bit more. So I will try to do a paint splatter, and I'm actually going to try to do it that way, hopefully not hitting the book too much. So I'm kind of doing this at an angle, so following that, let's see if I can do it, I'm not sure. Following the wind kind of feel like that, and giving it some water splash. I feel like it should be even more. Let's see, I can just maybe do it at an angle. See, this is what happens when you're live and not sure what is going on. I like this. Always experiment, because that is how you explore new things and how you learn something new. This is really cool. I love it. So now you saw me experiment and try something new. And I think it looks really, really well. I feel like we should say it's done now. It looks good. Oh, I'm so glad you like it. Fantastic. And I really hope you are going to try this. I think it would be fun to see how it differs from this from the book. So you can just lifting the camera a little bit here. You can see how it looks different, but still, of course, the same. And the book has 25, yes, 25 different tutorials. Thank you. And in Danish, so mange tak. I actually just released a book in Danish, in the first book in Danish, and it is quite difficult to talk in English and Danish at the same time, but I am trying because it is my native language. But here, of course, we are talking about Ink and Wash Wildflowers that just came out today in US and Canada, and some of you on Kindles already got it, which is incredible, and I am so grateful for that. And now I'm just changing the camera angle, actually, so I can see you. Fantastisk. Det er jeg virkelig glad for. Det er dejligt. See, English and Danish. So that was our live demonstration of the dandelion, and I talked a lot, so just taking a sip here. Of course, I would absolutely love it if you would consider pre-ordering Ink and Wash Wildflowers. It is, I think it's actually the most important book I've written so far, because it's not just about sketching flowers, which it is, but it's also very much about capturing that growth from bloom to full, from bud to full bloom, until all the way to faded beauty, and it's a transition I think is super important. So I am, of course, doing that in the book and showing how the colors change over time and how the textures change over time. And when you pre-order, I would love for you to text me with a DM or a comment or whatever, where you live, in which country, or in the case you live in the States, which state. And I am going to put you up here on the pre-order map. I'm just changing the, see, you can see here how many golden sequins are already up here. Some of them might not be super accurately placed. And we have some here in UK, quite a lot in Netherlands, and Sweden came on the map today. And also, I'm going to show you, because I'm really proud of this, the first one in New Zealand. Really cool. And of course we have some in Australia as well. And this is just such a fun way for me to kind of see how big our community is, because so many of us are into watercolors and flowers. And I love to be able to look at this map and think about all the people in the world who love the same thing as I do, because that just makes me happy. There's so many crazy things going on in the world, and I can really relate to this, because it's a community that shows love and creativity and warmth and just being here together for each other. So when you pre-order, I would love to hear where you're from, so I can put a gold sequin up on the map. And let's see if I can actually get my phone placed again. See, ta-da, it worked. Final words. Ink and Wash Wildflowers. I would love for you to pre-order if you are into wildflowers and ink and wash. And I would also very much love to see your dandelions. Use the hashtag Camilla Damsbo Art Inspired, and make sure to tag me, because Instagram is sometimes a little bit crazy. So just to make sure I see it, and I can repost it during the day, so people see these beautiful dandelions you create. I would love to share it. So tag me so I can see it and celebrate with you. And thank you so much for being here and joining me here live. It's such a pleasure, and it's been so much fun. So thank you, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.